Welcome, dear Sagittarius, to your March 2020 reading. I am so sorry this is late. I just have been hit so hard with this Mercury retrograde, and everything has gone wrong that can possibly go wrong with my internet, with uploading videos. It has been from the beginning of Mercury retrograde right to the very end, which is the 9th of March. So we've still got a few days before then, and plus the shadow period. So I am just hoping that nothing else goes wrong. So that's why this reading is so late. But I actually shuffled your cards earlier and intended to do it, but my internet has been playing up, and I'm not going to go into that because I'll just be going on forever. But I reshuffled the cards again because I had done your reading so long ago to try and get this up before March. I just wanted to do a fresh shuffle for you and a fresh meditation. So I hope this resonates for you for the remainder of March. Just quickly, I'm still offering my free mini reading for all new subscribers. So if you're interested, please just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below, or if you don't want your question in the public forum, you can also email me at my email address, which is below as well. So let's get into your March 2020 reading. Now, you start off March in a very good, successful, luxurious place, quite financially stable, and this is something that you've earned, I feel. You've worked hard for this position that you're in March, and I think you deserve to actually have a bit of rest and relaxation. And I can also see just from some other cards that this is kind of a message for you this month. But for those of you that are just coming close to retirement, or at least those of you who've earned enough money to stop working, this is a really good position for you to be in this month. I feel like you've earned enough money this month for you to make that decision and relax and retire if that's what you choose to do. And it can also indicate that some of you may want to go into business, or you're considering going into business for yourself as well. So that is another good opportunity, and I feel that you will be successful. And also, this is money falling from the sky. So good luck to some of you out there. You might be winning the lottery. This is kind of abundance of money everywhere. And yeah, and I feel like, you're going to enjoy your time in the company of others or in the company of nature in March as well. And it's just a really happy time for you. So I feel like that's a great flavor for the month for you. Now, I see a water sign for you here. Now, this could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And that person can be very significant and also be part of this very happy feeling that you're going to be getting in March. It's going to be quite lovely for you. But this card also does speak of it's a deeply emotional card, and it's asking us to care for others, but to also nurture ourselves just as much. So just make sure you do look after yourself. You do take that time to relax and to go out and sit in the garden and just have that time out. That's really important. Now, this card is also a card of profoundly psychic experiences. So some of you out there, I don't know if you're, I guess if you're listening to this, you must sort of resonate with psychic energy and that sort of stuff. So you're asked to really listen to your own guidance and your feelings and your intuition very closely in March. They are going to be trying to tell you something. So listen out for that is a really important message for you as well. And then one of the most wonderful cards, the Sun. Now, the Sun kind of does link in with the Queen of Cups in this situation because it talks of grand epiphanies. So this psychic message that some of you might be getting, or this intuitive feeling, it's going to hit hard for you. You're really going to be going, wow, okay, now I get it. It's that sort of feeling within you. It's also a card of incredible ideas and infinite opportunities, and just a card of pure joy and success and emotional health and vibrant physical health as well. And, you know, if you keep your thoughts positive, there's no way you won't be successful. So really keep your mind on self-confidence and having positive thoughts in your head. And, you know, I feel like a lot of you, your confidence has really grown, and it's really showing in March for you. So that's quite a lovely message. Now, the Two of Swords is a card of a stalemate. So there's a situation where you're feeling kind of, you don't know which way to go, and you can't choose. There's a choice, and it's something that you're finding it difficult to choose which way to go. And because of that, you're kind of feeling quite stuck and you can't move forward. And it often speaks of an inner conflict rather than an outer conflict. It can speak of an outer conflict, but the other cards aren't really supporting that. So it's like an inner conflict, and you're at odds with yourself. And I feel like it's a decision that may be just a little bit too difficult or too painful to make. So you push it to the bottom of your to-do list, or you pretend that the problem isn't there in hopes that it'll just resolve itself. And but this card is sort of saying, make a choice, because you have to move forward. It's not pleasant to be stuck in that situation. And if you make that choice, you're going to relieve yourself from that sort of trap of avoidance, in a sense, and you're going to be able to set yourself free. But only you have the key to do that. Others can't do that for you. Now, I do see in March that there are some celebrations for you as well. Some lovely, happy parties or get-togethers, birthday parties, engagement parties, or just any celebration, a get-together with friends. And it's a happy time. And it's an event that you're going to be proclaiming your happiness and joy over an event, essentially. So whatever that event is for you in your life, that's definitely coming up for you in March. Now, again, when I was talking about relaxing and getting out of sort of that hustle and bustle of life, the Four of Swords actually does really talk about doing that and getting out of this almost a mental, physical or emotional exhaustion that you've been going through. And it's really time to just shut the world out and go inside and just take time out from that day-to-day turmoil and just relax. There's really going to be, it's like shutting the doors. I just feel this feeling of just shut the doors to the outside world and just being on your own and just really letting all of that stuff wash away. And this card often does suggest meditating, if you do that, to actually really put some effort into that. And I feel like this card is right underneath the Queen of Cups, which was talking about quite spiritual, intuitive messages coming through. So you might find when you go into that place that these messages will come through to you. And if you don't meditate, it's a really good time to start because, you can't, you can't just keep that level of intensity up without having something break. And I feel this can be linked to that inner turmoil that you're kind of going through as well. And it's sort of saying you can't intellectualize this sort of inner conflict. You can't intellectualize this result or this solution. You really need to go within and get the messages deep from within you. So that's something in March that you're really going to be focusing on. Or if you aren't thinking of that, you should be thinking about that in March. Now we have the Devil card. Now this can represent a Capricorn for some of you, so that a Capricorn may be significant in your life. But it's a card that, again, we are feeling trapped in a situation. And this, again, can reflect back to this inner turmoil. You're feeling trapped, but it's a sort of... it's of your own making. It's not something that's being externally imposed on you. You're feeling trapped and the feelings are coming from within you. And it's like as if your path has become completely hidden and it feels like there's no way forward. And of course, this is an illusion. And this is what I was saying previously, is like if you don't make a decision, you're not going anywhere. And so you need to make this decision, whatever this decision is. Could be something from the past, because you do have the Six of Cups there. So I really feel like that freedom comes through change of our thoughts now, and from pessimism to optimism. So make sure you keep your thoughts quite light and quite positive, because that's going to help you get through this challenge of being stuck. Now, for some of you as well, this can be an addiction from the past, which you are feeling stuck about, and you need to make an effort to get over this addiction, whatever this may be for you, whether it's work, whether it's drugs, sport, gym junkies, just any addiction, sex, addictions can come in many forms. So this also could be something about getting over this particular addiction, being addicted to a way of thinking. We can be addicted to being pessimistic all the time. It's comfortable. So getting out of that sort of, an addiction, for want of a better word, I guess, but a pattern. And we need to break that pattern. And I feel like going back into the past is going to be really beneficial, and it's going to be painful for you to actually do this, I do feel. But unless you do this, it's going to keep you feeling stuck. But also this month, I think we are reminiscing as well over beautiful memories, and that's looking over the past and looking at those beautiful memories and thinking about that sort of stuff as well helps us to move forward, and helps the present to be even better in our lives, and it's, I do feel like some of you are going to be going back to your past life. Not so much past life. I mean, it could be past lives for some of you, going way back, but going back into our past and considering some of that stuff. And it could even be you going back and thinking about someone that you've had a romantic history with, or someone who was once a friend but who will become something more intimate in the future. So you can be thinking about that as well, about a relationship that you're wanting to go to the next level with. So that's quite lovely as well. March is going to be really focusing on that. And sorry, we often we need to go back and think as well to ourselves, were we making that past out to be more dramatic than it really was, more lovely than it really was? Think about things, thinking about the past, we can often distort our memories a little bit there. So, that is a little bit of a message there. But the Six of Cups often does talk about things to do with children, and it can indicate pregnancy for some of you, or it can indicate a matter involving your current children, or it could be one of you is working with children as well this month, working with them professionally in that sense. But it also reminds us that we need to keep a childlike air about us. Don't become too grown up and too stuffy. Keep that childlike vibe around you. And you know what? The Capricorn card, the Devil, is a Capricorn card, and Capricorns actually are one of the signs that are able to maintain that childlike energy right through to when they're 90, 100, 120. They'll always still have that childlike spark. So perhaps learn, if you have any Capricorn influences in your life, or friends or family, learn that, take that on from them, and see if you can actually bring that into your life as well. Now, finally, I am just going to read out the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels card. Now, again, retreat. This is just fitting in so lovely with the other messages that were coming through of you sort of meditating. But I'm going to read out the message because Doreen Virtue's words are so beautiful. So, spend some time alone in quiet thought. Clear your mind and focus on your truth and priorities. Are you pushing yourself too hard, beloved child of God? The angels remind us that rest is a natural cycle in every living thing. Think of the mighty oak tree that grows in spurts and then rests. It draws its nourishment from deep within the earth and takes its time before growing upward again. Like the oak tree, it's important for you to nourish yourself with spiritual and emotional food. While you are resting, take time to reflect on your heart's true feelings and desires. Your angels speak to you through your heart, and when you listen to and honor your feelings, you walk hand in hand with God and the angels. You will know that it is true divine guidance and not just your imagination or wishful thinking if it speaks of your desire to make a difference in the world. Wow. And that's exactly kind of what, it was saying in the Four of Swords. Go in, meditate, just allow those intuitive messages to come through for you this month. So I hope that gave you a good reading after being so late. And please enjoy your March. Don't forget, take up that offer of a free mini reading if you haven't done so already. And if you're into crystals, check out my beautiful website at kasana.com.au. The jewelry there are all one-off pieces that are handmade in Australia by an Australian designer, and the meanings of those crystals are in that website as well. So have a wonderful March, Sagittarians. There's Mercury retrograde again. I don't know what I'm saying. Have a wonderful month. Bye. Love you.